Thank you. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Reidox4Life podcast. I am Levi, and this is Lamika Renee. And today we have a special guest in our studio today, Dr. Hillary Hushower. She is a chiropractor in Carmel, Indiana. And so, our main topic today is how service providers are making a difference in their community. And Hillary is the epitome of that topic right there. And so ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Hillary.
Yeah, that's funny because that's why everyone just calls me Dr. Hillary, because Hushower is too intense. It's like, yes. Is it Hushower? Is it Hushower? I'm like, just go with Dr. Hillary. It's fine.
Yes.
So Dr. Hillary, I'm sure our viewers would love to know, what is the one thing you wish you knew on the onset of your career?
Yeah. So this year is my 15 years as being a chiropractor owner. So when I first started, I didn't know a lot about, I guess you could say, like the bookkeeping aspect of it, like the accounting stuff, the managing the money. And then I made a lot of mistakes with having like CPAs that didn't tell me things, and I would run into, oh, now you owe, $6,000 or $10,000. So I wish that I was better prepared for money management for sure when I first started. It took me about 2 years to get in a groove of like who to ask for help, how to do it, and eventually I just taught myself like I do. So I read a great book called Profit First, and that really changed how I ran my business as far as money management and things. It didn't affect the chiropractic aspect, but there's just so much to owning a business, and we can be a great doctor, but sometimes not a good business owner. They don't teach you those things in school, and I never had an additional bachelor's in financing or marketing for that matter, just nothing like that. So I really had to teach myself. And so I wish that I would have maybe had more help with that at the beginning, or realized I needed to have help with it. Sometimes it's what you don't know, how could I ask, because I didn't know I needed that help. So now that I do part-time business coaching, I do have a lot of service professionals, and we talk about that all the time, because it seems like a big hiccup for a lot of people. They don't know what they don't know. And then when I bring things to light, they're like, oh, I didn't know that we needed to do that. I'm like, yes, this is how people get into trouble. And this is why so many small businesses don't succeed, is some of these foundational things. So definitely, I think the money management aspect of the running the business, and then hand in hand, the tax planning, taxes for business, tax planning for future. Now I own a building, a commercial building. So I wish I would have known sooner how to save for that, or what that entailed. And then maybe it wouldn't have taken me, 10 years to get into that. Maybe that could have been a sooner goal that I hit versus later in life. And then also, so all of it's pretty much money related, was investments. I wish I knew how to invest, what to invest for business and personal, and when to start, or how to start. So I was lucky to have an advisor when I first opened my business, and he got me on the right foot. But I felt there was just so much to investing in for business investments and personal investments, and how to separate them. There's just so much more that is involved in running a business, and the QuickBooks and the Excel spreadsheets. I wish I would have had some courses on making Excel spreadsheets. It's the little things that I had to teach myself, that I have so many spreadsheets now. And anytime I learn something new, I'm like, oh, that's amazing. I need to do that on my spreadsheets.
Yes. Those spreadsheets are very impressive once you get in there and start learning them and knowing about them. And, oh, I can create one for this, and then this, and then that. But I do have a question, I guess the follow-up question. Okay. In your business coaching, with your clients, do you start them out and wanting to know about their finances right away, or knowing if they're managing their finances right away, so that can be the, so they can learn more about it if they don't?
Not really. I kind of meet them where they are, Levi, because, like when you start coaching, sometimes you have like some things that are like pertinent on your plate that you need help with. So we just start there. And then I gradually ask about things like, hey, how's your tax planning going? How's your budgeting going? And they're like, for home? And they're like, no, for your business budgeting. Like, how much are you allocating for profit? How much are you allocating for taxes? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so I kind of like ease into that. But some people just straight up ask me like, I don't know how to deal with my money, and I don't know my revenue, and I don't know my expenses. I'm like, okay, let's dig in then.
Wow. Excellent. Very well.
Yeah. So you talked about timing, and, Hillary, timing, it's in your own time. I mean, we cannot rush it. So you're at the point where you're supposed to be today. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What is the highlight of your career? What are the highlights?
Yep. So like chiropractically, I think all chiropractors would say our highlights are, helping that baby poop again, helping that baby sleep again, helping the elderly person walk and stay away from surgeries. Like I had one lady who had like 4 or 5 back surgeries, and they wanted to do another one. And she's in her 70s, and she's like, I just don't know if I'll make it through another surgery. And I was thinking, I agree. I don't know if you will either. It's scary. And I was able to keep her away from another surgery. So, I mean, just things like that, improving like the quality of life of people. And, again, the babies are always like my favorite, or the pregnant mothers who we help. It's just, those kind of miracles, like I probably see them every day and just take for granted. And then when I mention something to someone like, oh, you did that? I'm like, yeah, this is what I do all day, every day. So I do think though, I take things for granted as far as like my highlights, because I see it all the time and I see the wonders, and it has to be something like really amazing to like wow me.
Excellent. That is so amazing. So in other words, you are used to performing miracles on people and getting good results from them in your chiropractic care.
Yeah, but I'm still always like excited to know like what the body can do. Like we're created so magnificently, and just to allow the body to heal itself is just like, as you know, it's just so wonderful to see it like play out, and like the impact on their lives.
Excellent. Let me ask you this, do you ever take a moment and just, after you have helped someone and it amazes you, and you ever go to a corner, by yourself or in your office and just let it out, and and just be in that moment of that passion and the service you was able to provide for this one individual to turn their life around?
Probably not often enough, Levi, to be honest. Like, yeah, in theory, that would be great, but I'm always like, on to the next patient, and then later at night, I might be like reflecting about the day, and I'll tell someone like, hey, I helped save this person from this or that, or this baby finally had a bowel movement after a whole week of not, and like the mom texted in and she's ecstatic, and and then it's like, okay, moving on to the next thing in my life I have to do.
Wow. It's amazing.
But, that would make sense to take more time like that, or even like journal more about that, and, the gratitude that I'm able to do that for people.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's excellent. Excellent. Then you combine that with your coaching, with your business coaching. It's a happy relationship.
I know. I think that last year or the year before, I was speaking on a stage about like business type things to a whole group of female chiropractors. And that was really nice to be able to do that. So I love empowering like women, but then for it to be in my own profession, like female chiropractors, like that also, gets me really excited. So I was able to reflect on that moment because that was like one of those like goals that I wanted to hit. And I was like, yes, I did it. And, the response afterwards and the people telling me how great I did. And I was like, yes, I knew I was good for this. I knew I was a good business owner. I can help others.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Sounds good. You are amazing to us. I tell you that. So my next question for you, Dr. Hillary, is what habits have you embedded to help you succeed? And what lessons did you take from them?
Yeah, I got a few habits. Okay. So it's hard to have multiple businesses, 5 kids, a husband, etc. I would say the organization has really helped me. Because people, friends and family, they go, how do you do it? Or even like when I'm networking and people go, you do all of that? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, and you have 5 kids? I'm like, yeah. It's the organizing like my day. So I organize, each hour of the day down to the 5 minutes. I organize my week, my months, my years. I pre-plan everything. I plan all my marketing a year in advance. So for me, the organizing and planning is key, my checklists, and then all my apps that help me like stay on top of everything. So that is key for me. Like I have to have that. That's how my brain works. And then like the focusing my time, like I do certain things on Mondays and Wednesdays. I do certain things on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I try not to overlap them because that's my marketing time from this hour to this hour. And then that's my coaching time from this hour to this hour. So I try to be like strategic and, I like stay to it as best as I can. Like I don't like to vary it. I'm a good creature of habit. And I feel like when something works, I just keep rolling with it.
Yes, exactly. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Definitely once it's working. Oh yeah. Man. So being well organized has really has really kept you, on cue and on schedule and, and keeping, things going. Mm-hmm. So what would be one of the apps that you use to help you manage your time so wisely?
In the office it's called ClickUp, and I can like assign different tasks to different staff members and they can assign them to me. And it's on my phone on an app, it's on my computer, and then we can see each other. So that has worked really well. Like I get in the habit of going in a half hour early. So I usually get to the office by 6:30 a.m. and I try to get as much off of my to-do list before I start at 7 with patients. So I try to get everything done as quickly as I can in the morning. That way I can give my full attention to patients later and not have to do things in between. So I like to make sure I give my full attention to people, whether it's my coaching clients or my patients or my family for that matter. Like I never try to take any work home or do anything, like at least when the kids are awake.
Wow, that's excellent, man. That is wise to leave your work at work. And, which is the opposite for me, because I just take my work everywhere I go. And I'm always got my head down doing something, looking at my phone, trying to make sure that I am staying on top of things. And but Lamika, gets on me about, hey, give that a break, put it down. I'm just too afraid.
Well, and like we have to give attention to our spouses, right? So that's one thing I learned early on in my marriage, that my husband was like, I wish that you wouldn't do as much work at home. And I guess I never realized how much I did. And so at that point, I just stopped doing things at home and gave like my full attention to him or the kids. And that has really helped. So I guess sometimes you just don't know maybe or see that you're doing too much and not giving your attention. So it's that organizing of my time. Like my time for my family is from a certain time to a certain time. My time from work is a certain time to a certain time. And then of course I put like me time in there too. But,
yes, definitely. Mm-hmm. There you go. Hillary, we have just maybe a minute or so left. So how can the listeners get in touch with you Okay, whether they wanted chiropractic care or wanted you as a business coach.
Yeah. Well,
how would they get in touch with Hillary?
Probably
Dr.
the web.
Hillary.
Yeah, the websites would probably be the easiest. So my office is Rangeline Chiropractic. So it's just rangelinechiropractic.com. And then there's information, there's booking, etc., about everything that we do in our office. And then I also have like a coaching website. It's called HHJ Consulting. I'm on Facebook under Hillary Hushower. I mean, I try to be all over the social media. So I would say most people reach out to me like via social media.
Excellent. Well, that is some great advice, Dr. Hillary. We appreciate you and, you coming and sharing your information with us and also the viewers too, to give them a new insight on yourself in your practice and your business of coaching. Okay, so thanks again for joining this podcast of Reidox4Life show. Again, I am Levi, and this is Lamika Renee. Thank you, and thank you once again, Dr. Hillary, for your time.
Thank you so much, you too. You're wonderful.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.